Hello dear students, I welcomes all of you in lecture 9 of Linear Algebra First, Unit First, System of Linear Equations and Matrices. In last subsequent lectures, we study homogeneous and non-homogeneous system of linear equations and solve some problems on homogeneous and non-homogeneous linear equation. In today's lecture, we study elementary row operations and their corresponding matrices. As we will see shortly, each of the three elementary row operations can be performed by multiplying the augmented matrix AY on the left by what we'll call an elementary matrix. Okay, we know that Ax is equal to b is our system of linear equations and a b is a augmented matrix okay. Here b replaced by y. Okay, here system of equation is Ax is equal to y and augmented matrix is a y. Okay, suppose E into A is defined and suppose the first row of E is 1 0 0 up to so on 0, then the first row of E into matrix A is identical to the first row of A. Okay, E is elementary matrix. Whose general form is E is equal to matrix 1 0 0 up to so on 0 0 1 0 up to so on 0 and so on 0 0 0 up to so on 1. This is general form of elementary matrix. Okay, then the first row of E into A, first row of E into A, row first, is identical to the first row of matrix A, is identical to okay, first row of E into matrix A is identical to matrix A. Similarly, if the ith row of E matrix elementary matrix E is all zeros except for the one in the ith slot. Suppose there is here ith row of the matrix, then 0 0 0 and this ith entry is 1 and all elements except these, all elements are 0. Okay, this is ith entry which is equal to 1. Ith entry of matrix E is 1. Then the ith row of the product E into matrix A is identical to the ith row of A. Okay, this says that first row of matrix E into A is identical to the first row of A. Similarly, if we multiply this matrix by ith row, then the ith row of this matrix EA is identical to the ith row of matrix A. It follows that if we want to change only row I of the matrix A, we should multiply A on the left by some matrix E with the following property. If we want to change ith row of the matrix A, then we multiply matrix A by E as by following property. Every row except row I, every row except row I should be the ith row of the corresponding identity matrix. This is the first property of the such operation. The procedure of this. The procedure that we illustrate below can use to reduce any matrix to echelon form. Any matrix, not just only augmented matrix. We reduce any matrix to echelon form by using these steps. Example, let A is a matrix A is equal to matrix 3, 4, 5, 2, minus 1, 0. First, to multiply the first row of A by 1 by 3, we can multiply A on the left by the elementary matrix E1 1 by 3 0 0 1. Equal E1 E1 is equal to matrix. Here we want to, this element is equal to 1. Then we multiply this matrix by elementary matrix E1 is equal to 1 by 3 0 0 1. That is, we divide this element by 3, then we get 1 here. Therefore E1 A is equal to 1 by 3 0 0 1 into matrix 3 4 5 2 minus 1 0. We know the multiplication of this. First row, first column, 1 by 3 into 3. We get matrix 1 by 3 into 3 is equal to 1, 0 into 2, Write 1 by 3 into 3 plus 2 into 0. Then second row is 1 by 3 into 4 plus minus 1 into 0, and last row is, okay, this is second row. Then last row is 1 by 3 into 5 plus 0 into 0. Similarly, here second row and first column we get 0 into 3 plus 1 into 2, 0 into 4 plus 1 into minus 1, 0 into 5 plus 1 into 0. What we get? E1A is equal to matrix 1, 4 by 3, 5 by 3, next is 2, minus 1 and 0. This is the matrix E1A. Okay, we get this. Okay, to multiply the first row of A by 1 by 3, we can multiply A on the left by using elementary matrix E1 is equal to matrix 1 by 3, 0, 0, 1. The result is E1A is equal to matrix 1, 4 by 3, 5 by 3, 2, minus 1, 0. We should check this on your own. We solve this. Okay. Okay, for next operation, we know E1A is equal to matrix 1, 4 by 3, 5 by 3. Two minus 1 0. This is the matrix E1A. Okay. To add minus 2 row 1 to row 2 in the resulting matrix, multiply it by, okay. Now we want to make this entry is equal to 0. Then here for this we make here multiply by this row by minus 2 and adding to this in row 2. Row 1 minus into minus 2 plus 2 is equal to 0. To add minus 2 into row 1 to row 2 in the resulting matrix, multiply it by A2. Okay. For this is row 2. This is elementary matrix. E is equal to elementary matrix 1 0 0 1. We multiply this matrix by this row first of this matrix by minus 2 and adding this in 2, we get minus 2 0 and plus 0 1. This is equal to minus 2 1. We get matrix E2 is equal to 1 0 minus 2 1. This is matrix E2. Here this matrix E2. Okay. To obtain, now we multiply this matrix E1A by E2 from the left side. Then E2 E1 into matrix A is equal to 1 0 minus 2 1 into matrix E1A is 1 4 by 3 5 by 3 minus 2 1 0. What we get? By solving, right, this is here, we get the matrix 1 plus 0, first row first column. Okay, 1 0. Next is we write 4 by 3. Next element is 5 by 3. Second row first column we get minus 2 plus 2. Next is minus 8 by 3 minus 1. Next is minus 10 by 3 plus 0. What we get? We get matrix 1 4 by 3 5 by 3 0 minus 11 by 3 and minus 10 by 3. This is matrix E2 into E1 into matrix A. We get 1 4 by 3 0 minus 11 by 3 minus 10 by 3. Now multiply row 2 of this matrix, row 2 of E2 E1A by minus 3 by 11 using the matrix E3. Okay. Now our target is to make this entry is equal to 1. Our target is make this entry is equal to 1. For this, we multiply this matrix by E3 is equal to matrix 1 0 0 minus 3 by 11. This we get E3 into E2 into E1 into matrix A is equal to 1 4 by 3 5 by 3. First row is as it is because we cannot perform any operation for row 1. We take only operation for row 2. 0 into 1, sorry, second row is 0 1 and 10 upon 11. This is the matrix E3 E2 E1 N. Finally we clean out the second column by adding minus 4 by 3 row 2. Now we multiply this row by minus 4 by 3 and adding to this row, then we get this entry is equal to 0. We multiply pi 1 minus 4 by 3 0 1, obtaining this entry is 1 0 5 by 11 0 1 10 by 11. Okay, we make this entry is equal to 0 for performing this operation. Okay. Okay, of course we get the same result as before, so why bother? The answer is that we are in the process of developing an algorithm that will work in the general case. Here our aim is to generate or develop one algorithm which is used in solving problem. So it is about time to formally identify our goal. Is in the general case we begin with some definition. This is the simple case. Our aim is it generalized to m by n matrix or n by n matrix. Definition: the leading entry of a matrix row is the first non-zero entry in the row starting from the left. Okay, leading entry is the entry of matrix whose first row is the first non-zero entry in the row starting from the left. We check from this is left side to left to right. A row without a leading entry is a row of zeros. A row without a leading entry is a row of zeros. Okay. Suppose there is no leading entry, that means there is all elements in this row are zeros. Okay, this is zero row. Definition: the matrix R is said to be in echelon form provided that we say matrix is row echelon form that has following conditions or that satisfies the following property. First, the leading entry of every non-zero row is a 1. The leading entry of every non-zero row is a 1. If there is a non-zero rows, then its leading entry is equal to 1. For example, A is a matrix. First is row is 0, then this is okay. This is leading element. This is leading entry. Okay. Second property: if the leading entry of row I is in position k and the next row is not a row of 0. Okay. Here the ith row is in position whose leading entry is in position k and the next row is not a row of zeros. Next row not a row of zeros, then the leading entry of row I plus 1 is in position k plus j where j is greater or equal 1. Okay. Suppose this is ith entry where this entry is 1. Then next row is I plus 1. And this says that the next row is not a row of zeros. Then the leading entry of row I plus 1 is a position k plus j. That means this is kth position. The next leading entry is from this is 0 entry, and then for other entry may be 0 at any position. Okay, that is k plus j position. All 0 rows are at the bottom of the matrix. All 0 entries, 0 rows are at the bottom of the matrix. Therefore, the following matrices are in echelon form. 1, this is in entry 1 star 0 1, 1 star star 0 0 1, and this is 0 rows which is at bottom. 0 1 star star 0 0 1 star 0 0 0 1. Here the asterisk stands for any number at all including 0. This star may be 0 or any number, negative, positive, or any integer or any rational number. Okay. Next definition. The matrix, this definition. The matrix R is said to be in reduced echelon form if first or A, R is in echelon form and B, each leading entry is the only non-zero entry in its column. The reduced echelon form of a matrix is also called the Gauss-Jordan form. This is Gauss-Jordan form. This definition says that the matrix R is said to be reduced echelon form A if R is an echelon form. R is an echelon form. Okay. And B, second condition is each leading entry is the only non-zero entry in its column. Non-zero entry in its column. Okay. Here we study the column also, or see the column. The reduced echelon form of a matrix is also called the Gauss-Jordan form. The following matrices are in reduced row echelon form. Okay, this is the reduced row echelon form here. 1 0 0 1. This is the 2 by 2 matrix which is in row echelon form. This is 1 star. This is any entry which is maybe 0 or any number. 0 star 0 0 1 star 0 0 0 and 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1. Okay, this is non-zero rows 1 2 3 and this is non-zero column. Okay, this is an exercise. Think about this exercise. Suppose A is 3 by 5 matrix, is matrix of order 3 by 5. What is the maximum number of leading ones that can appear when it's been reduced to echelon form? Okay, they ask what is the maximum number of leadings one that can appear when it's been reduced to echelon form. Okay, same question for A matrix of order 5 by 3. Can you generalize your result to statement for a m by n matrix? Okay, think about this. I give an answer in next lecture. Okay. Once a matrix has been brought to echelon form, it can be put into reduced echelon form by cleaning out the non-zero entries in any column containing a leading one. For example, okay, this is example. R is a matrix whose first row is 1 2 minus 1 3, second row is 0 1 2 0 and last row is 0 0 0 1, which is in echelon form. Okay, this is an echelon form. Then it can be reduced to Gauss-Jordan form by adding minus 2 row 2. This is row 1, row 2 and row 3. Okay, adding minus 2 row 2 to row 1 and then minus 3 row 3 to row 1, thus. Okay, by adding minus 2 row 2 to row 1, then this is minus 2 Okay, what you do, E is equal to matrix 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Okay, we multiply this row by -2 and adding to this in first row we get matrix 1 -2 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Okay, this is the first row, and then -3 row 3 to row 1, -3 multiply -3 to 3. Okay, to row 1. This is the next. Then 1 -2 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 into matrix are 1 2 -1 3 0 1 2 0 0 0 0 1. After multiply this by first row, first column, we get 1. Okay, this is 1 plus 0 plus 0, that is 1. Next 2 minus 2 is 2 minus 2 2 minus 2 and 0, that is -2 plus 2 is 0. Next element is -1 -4 -5 plus 0, this is -5, and last element is 1 into 3 3 -2 into 0 0 and 0 into 1 is 0, then we get 3. Okay, solving all rows we get 0 1 2 0 0 0 0 1. Okay, next operation is E is a matrix like this 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Multiply row 3 by -3, adding to its in 1, we get E 1 0 -3 0 1 0 0 0 1. We get this matrix and multiply this matrix by up the last matrix 1 0 -5 3 0 1 2 0 0 0 0 1. We get 1 0 -5 0 0 1 2 0 0 0 0 1. Note that column 3, this is column 3, cannot be cleaned out. Okay, cannot be cleaned out since there is no leading one. Here there is no leading one. There is one more elementary row operation. There is one more elementary row operation and corresponding elementary matrix we may need. Suppose we want to reduce the following matrix to Gauss-Jordan form. A is equal to matrix 2 2 minus 1 0 0 3 1 minus 1 2. Multiplying row 1 by 1 half, multiplying row 1 by 1 half and then adding minus row 1 to row 3 leads to E2 E1 1 is equal to matrix like this. How to get? We get 1 0 0 0 1 0 minus 1 0 1 into matrix 1 half 0 0 0 1 1 0 0 1. This E1 and E2 obtained by this operation, row multiplying row 1 by 1 half, we get this matrix multiplying E is equal to matrix 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. We multiply this by 1 half, we get this even matrix, and adding minus row 1 to row 3, this minus 1, we get even get is equal to 1 half 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1, and E2 is equal to matrix 1 0 0 0 1 0 minus 1 0 1. This is E2. Okay, multiplying this by matrix A, we get 1 1 minus 1 half 0 0 3 0 minus 2 1 by 5 by 2. This is matrix. Now we can clearly do two more operation to get a leading one in 2 by 3 position. 2 by 3, second row third column, that is this position we make 1, and another leading one in the 3 by 2 third row and this position, but its won't be in echelon form. We need to interchanging row 2 and 3. We interchange row 2 and 3. This correspond to changing the order of the equation, and evidently doesn't change the solution. We know that if you interchange row and column, then solution doesn't affected by doing such row and column operation. We can accomplish this by multiplying on the left with a matrix obtained from I by interchanging row 2 and 3. We obtain this matrix and we perform the operation 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0. Here we matrix is equal to 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. We interchange this row, we get matrix E3, and the resultant matrix is 1 1 minus 1 half 0 minus 2 5 by 2 0 0 3. This is the elementary row operations. Okay students, today I stop with this. In next lecture we study next part of this elementary row operations and theorems on it. If you have any query or any doubt, then call me or message me. I will try to solve your query or doubt. Thank you very much.